We now return to Let's Play City Skylines. Okay, well, continuing on from here, I rearranged this just a little bit, make it look a little bit nicer. But continuing on from here, I'm going to, I guess, get into the Diamond Hills area and just lay down road, despite the fact that we would probably not develop it during this playthrough, what remains of it. Although, at this point, I don't even know. I'm just going to connect up a major road, and I mean, really, until we get demand, there's absolutely no reason to keep developing it and lay out the what would-have-beens and could-be's and all that stuff. I actually feel like that's somewhat of a pointless exercise at this moment. So, let's at least connect a little bit of a junction through here. Maybe I want this to go even further, actually. Now there's a cut through to there, and yeah, so this was pretty much going to be a lot of the same. We are on the hills, hence the name, and that's going to require a lot of fussing with the fact that it's not flat. Yeah, we're just not going to worry too much about that at this point. I'm honestly just trying to finish up what we've got at this point. I think we will just call it good, maybe even this episode. Well, what can I do? Oh good, it's finally empty. What can I do about this industry? Let's talk about this train station that I wanted. I guess I can unpause this for now. Let's do a little cutout, as I tend to do. We'll make a little exit here. One lane parking. Or should it be 2 lane? I guess it'll be 2 lane. In fact, why don't we just make this a full street? We'll use the industrial road here, and we'll just do I feel like that's way thick for what it needs to be, especially when you consider that it's going to have a lot of traffic that will be somewhat problematic. Yeah, it is actually going to be slightly problematic. So what we're going to do, I wonder if I even have. See, we don't want to have. Well, maybe we do want to have lights here. Honestly, roundabouts would be a better idea, but considering this is highway, let's do that, and then we will do kind of what I did over here. What did I do over here? Slowed it down, but then I also had a turn lane, like into here. Now, on a 6 lane, I do not know that that is going to work out as well, just because I don't think we have such a thing. Not especially. Yeah, that doesn't do anything. I suppose we'll do that. And we don't have a dedicated turn lane to have them, you know, slow down and stop and go into there. So I don't actually see how this has done anything. Well, I'll just put it down anyway. Okay, so let's go to train, cargo. That will fit. And then we will make this crossover mirroring that. here, and then perhaps this will, well, it won't. Can I get you to start sooner? I guess, yeah. Say right there. It is a little bit bendy.
Astrologists report that a devastating meteor will strike the city in the near future. Residents should seek shelter immediately if any is available.
If it's available. Yeah, that's a key point in this city. If it's available. It should be pretty much by now. I did a lot of renovations to make that happen. And additions. Okay, we're gonna have to come at it from a different angle, I think. That's slightly better. Okay, so now we have a hookup here. A minor reason, hopefully, to see some things come this way. You know what? It is a major lag with the game right now. I can tell because of the cars. Let's just have this hook up straight into the water supply there. Look how slow those cars are going. Oh no! Oh no! Oh shit. Oh, that has wiped out all of that.
A meteor strike has occurred. Avoid the impact site and head to shelter if any is available.
Damn it, of all the places. The game gave us quite some time, you know, sinkholes out in the middle of nowhere, a little bit of flooding, generally okay. The last two disasters, this one and that tsunami, have now ramped it up to actually be impactful, no pun intended, on the city. Fuck. That is not good. Oh god, I don't even want to. I don't even want to at this point. I think we're gonna call this one good. I think this will be the end of this series here. Dealing with this literal fallout, I can't anymore. I don't care anymore. Fuck. Let's just connect the road so people can at least go through here, so that that's not a total wash. And oh fuck, whatever. And then that's just gonna burn all the way down the hill, because of course it is. Alright, you people can go home now. Right in the science school, they got to observe something really awesome before total annihilation. Why are you disconnected? So I'm guessing you were meant to go somewhere? I don't know what was going on there, but That's the bus route. Oh, the bus route is broken. Okay. Well, yeah, I mean, it would be, at this point. I think those are bus stops. Yeah, okay. Well, never mind that. Suddenly there's just major industrial demand for no reason. No conceivable reason. I guess we can continue pushing it out this way. I had really wanted to stop developing industry in this town. There's not much else that I actually wanted to do for dirty industry. I don't know. What are we seeing a problem here? Oh, that's not a problem. That's policies. Well, someone cynically might say that my policies are the problem. Okay, so seriously, how do I get to this? Aside from doing flattening and leveling, that's actually the only way at this point. Flatten some areas and build upon them. Let's get you up here so I can see, and we will. Okay, I can see now, but now I can't get my brushes. That is actually quite a lot. Okay, we're gonna have to. I think we're gonna have to grab this in stages to terrace this. See how we can get into it. I did not expect this to go this far out. We're right up against that, but we're not really using farm anyhow, so it's fine. I don't know how I'm going to get roads to connect here. We're not going to climb up that way. Okay, so let's get us a little industrial road here. And we're just going to... Okay, you're going to have to play ball a little bit better with that. There you go. Now I had that set up here before, where we had this strange idea that I was going to get it to go down the mountain. Come through here. I don't think we're going to be able to connect this up like this. Not coming from that direction anyway. Okay, that's not terrible. Hopefully the equipment that I can get here will actually work. Mining. Okay, so we want the mining guy down here at the beginning. And you should be gone. But can we can't expand you into... Oh, pause for a minute. So you're just your own thing now. So now it has to consume the other direction. Okay, fine. And water. Because why not? Everything needs water. Damn it! Has there been a shortcut this entire time to turn that off and on? Because it's probably the most common thing that I have done this entire time. Alright. We're looking for small ore mine. I had small ore mines this entire time. There's a medium ore mine. Okay, that'll fit. This gigantic excavator, not so much. This will work. Let's have you a little bit closer. Maybe I can get one in? Well, okay, maybe. I mean... No. No. We're already stretching it with the cliff that I have manually made. Let's not go further with that. Okay, so we'll have you underground. Large underground mine. I mean, yes and no. Yes and no. Let's do that, and then we'll have, I guess, worker barracks right next to it. Why that one digs in and the others don't, I'm not really sure. Looks awful, though. Like, terrible, yeah, I would venture to say. Okay, we'll just dig a little bit more like that, and then we need you to go like that. And, boy, this is really, really dug in. It's not good. Can I smooth you downward? I guess I'd pick that. Anyway, okay, but how do I get stuff now? I need stuff. So this is steel, but I need a metal maker. Like, these make things with it, but I want actual metal. Oh, here we go. I had not gone that far. Ore grinding mill, okay. Let's put that right next to that. Glass manufacturer. Why do these all go lengthwise? Why can't any of them go sideways so they're actually useful? A rotary kiln plant. My god, this is gigantic. We don't want it developing on that side. Fiberglass plant. Okay, they make the same things. Or industry storage. Raw mineral storage. Again, they're all lengthwise. That's a major problem I have with this game, just in general, is that you cannot rotate buildings. What is that? Sand storage versus ore storage? I don't even understand the difference. There does not appear to be one. Flattening out like this doesn't really do what I need it to do. So we're going to flatten it out in a different direction. And that will work. Can I maybe grab from this end? And then, okay, that's not... I should have done a smaller brush. Just, I want to fill in without it completely killing everything. Okay, so we got some of that going. We're gonna need, I don't know, more industry for glass development, because that's what we need, is glass. So we'll have some more of that, and we're probably going to need to water the entire damn thing. Okay, let it go. The Victoria Mineral Industry, now we'll just go ahead and call this Stoneside Mining Company. In fact, I probably could just call it Stoneside and get rid of that policy altogether, but why don't we go ahead and give this the usuals of filtered waste, and I guess Industry 4.0, and industrial spacing, and then we gotta come in here and we gotta give it an actual expansion so that it incorporates this. Because really, Stoneside would also include anything on this mountain. That was the original intention. Or into glass, or into metals. Okay. So now you are prepared and should be able to fulfill that. So we'll turn you back on. And you guys are all out of paper and petroleum and plastics. So let's head back over to here. And I mean, realistically, You guys are just... You've got stuff. And then they were complaining earlier that, oh, we don't also are out of oil, and we're getting metals here, so we can turn you back on. And let's just go ahead and come back to the oil industry, and we'll start making more extractors. And this should greatly fill the industrial needs, I would hope. Not enough police out here, not enough services most likely. So we'll get ourselves a little police force out here. I also fixed a little bit of the roads out here. We're also going to add a fire station out here, because I doubt we have any coverage this way. Probably have a clinic out here, even though my healthcare is abundant. What do we have for death care? Again, we've got a massive amount of that in the city. Elderly care, not so much. Flooding. I mean, it's good for these guys, though, because now the boats are actually somewhat gettable. You can now rent them. Flood season is good for business for those guys, and only those guys. Did I put... I did. It's just not going. To which point, I don't even know why I'm rebuilding this. There's nothing to be gained here. I don't even think this has a road anymore. No, because now it's not connected. Gotta get the path back in. This road has been destroyed this entire time, so that's great. Stupid pins. Huh? How did I repair these then? Why? Oh, because I had to pick a different one. It's a very specific one that allows me to repair it. But not that one. So which one is that? It is this stuff. See, what horrible interface design is that? Just make all paths and roads and walkable spaces. Holy shit. So I think the buses are dead because the path doesn't work anymore. Traffic here is terrible now. We get too many trains that are probably blocking this. I'm pretty sure this is dead. So can we fix that train? Okay, can I grab oh my fucking god. Okay, now it's completed. Jeez. The School of Medicine. That is all that is left. Probably a good thing. I'm sure we're gonna need it. Now. Slightly bigger brush, if you please. Okay, and it looks like it's also destroyed the metro line underneath. If that is what that is, so now we need to go back into the... It is not metro. You fuckers, come on. What a mess. And that is the joy of playing with disasters on, I guess. Slightly better now. Well, I'm not going to rebuild the campus, and I don't think anything else is going to benefit from this. Let's put down, not you, some office space. I said I was going to do this. So maybe we can finally start to fill in a little bit of this. Just watch that go for a minute. It is building up though, so that's good, I guess. And it's probably actually very helpful for these guys to do that, to actually be putting down some office zones, primarily because they don't have any other real access to work. They've got to travel, so giving them some jobs that are outside of the commercial, that's probably good. Just give a few more here. Get rid of that. Okay. Fire continues. What are you waiting on? Not that, not that, not that. I would have hoped that I had fixed that, but apparently I did not. Ever a problem here. Something else about the SimCity versus this is that SimCity has sort of intersections that are built based upon the types of roads that intersect, but for the most part they still all seem to act like four-way stops. And, you know, unlike this game, they actually work. Oh, look! An actual European-style building, finally. So, is it because these were already put down? I mean, obviously, that would make sense that things that were already put down would not immediately just change style, but you'd think that they would filter themselves out and they'd replace themselves. Like this one, you know, we seem to be having the high-tech override the European theme, because all the high-tech buildings look the same. And I didn't tell this specifically to be a high-tech area. No. It's just got a theme to European style. So I guess, okay, some of these are actually building up that way. But are those... Yeah, they're all the new office things. But this is developed past when I put the theme on, so I don't know why it hasn't continued. I don't know. Well, this will never develop. This will never finish and fill out, unfortunately. There's a large part of the city that it just never really came together. And I don't know if I just would have... Oh my god. Lumber company is on fire again. I think it's ridiculous, actually. I mean, it feels like you need to have a fire station every 2 blocks to get any kind of coverage that means anything. There's a large gap here. I thought about putting this out here before, and I guess I didn't. Um, I don't know. It feels like this in SimCity and just so many games. Especially SimCity 3000. SimCity 3000 had a really bad thing where the capacity of your service buildings in ratio to, what you got out of your residential buildings or whatever, it was just so out of whack. You had to put down dozens and dozens of service buildings for what really is not that large of a population. 60,000. Like, I live in a town of 70,000, and I'm pretty sure we do not have that many fire stations. There's not one, every 5 blocks away. That's just not reasonable. So, I don't know. This game has a lot of problems in its simulation like that, and I realized that if it was based upon, realistically how often a house burns down or a crime is committed or whatever, how often people die and need to be picked up, I realized that would kind of defeat a large point of some of the things in the game. Like, you just never see them used, and so to kind of force that upon you, I suppose, things happen in the game that normally would not realistically happen. But still, like, I think it's gone too far the other way is the problem. And especially in games like SimCity 3000 and just where it's completely imbalanced and is obviously not been dealt with. But this game has more imbalancing problems than just stuff like that. Like the fact that the DLC just doesn't really seem to add what it says it adds. It doesn't seem to actually work in...
Meteorologists have
Jesus
issued
Christ.
a severe tornado warning for the area. Residents should seek shelter immediately if any is available.
It just doesn't seem to add up. I mean, there's absolutely... Oh my god, and we are slowed down. Look at the... We're on normal speed and this is coming to a crawl here. So yeah, there's definitely something wrong right now. Something is slowing down the game. Severely slowing down the game. Oh, great. I guess the city got too big and there's too much going on, and you just never want to build on a map that has a river in it, because that seems to screw with everything. Where's the tornado? Maybe we can watch as the city gets destroyed before we end the series here. But yeah, I don't know. I've been very disappointed with how a lot of this has gone. It just doesn't seem like it's worth having. It creates more problems and hassle than I think you would benefit from buying this and including this stuff into your game. Like I said, you really would just be better off, in my opinion, having the base game and then just a bunch of mods to add in the things that you want. I mean, I've seen some people who play the game with mods to the point where it even changes the zoning. It turns all the houses into ploppables and whatnot. Like, you're not even worried about how the game mechanics actually work with roads and densities and all that stuff. So it's just completely, it's a completely different game, and it looks like we are once again hitting this neighborhood.
A tornado has touched down in the area. Seek shelter immediately if any is available.
Fortune Valley is anything but fortunate at this point. Man, oh man, all these people and their housing. Housing development companies in this town are really going to make it here. Especially in this area. Gets knocked down and rebuilt all the time. Oh, maybe not. Maybe it's actually going to go up the hill and out of the way. Okay, well. Anyway, despite all that, and the fact that this town just kind of went in a completely different direction than I guess I'd thought it might, it kind of turned out cool. Kind of. I don't know. I think that like I did myself a disservice by not just having it expand naturally. You know, developing areas in a road network that are just kind of left open, and so there was a large spacing like this. It's just really awkward, and probably would have benefited from just making it look like it fits, even if it was just filling in a bunch of trees. You know, like the university area was pretty bare until I just filled all of that in with tree. Even this, you know, this little offshoot arm here of Old Town, it looks better when it's just filled in with trees. Like the city itself just looks better when you've got stuff in it, which, you know, makes sense. But you know, as far as that's concerned, like I thought about doing like commercial up and along here, and I just never had the demand for it to justify doing so. But just all along this, I don't know. I had an idea, a vision for what I wanted to do for this series, and I do not feel like I accomplished that, unfortunately. It just never developed in the way I had hoped it would and wanted it to. And like this, what the hell is this? This whole area up front here, you know, all this valuable real estate that I wanted along the boardwalk, the actual naming of streets and whatnot to be, you know, Monopoly themed, just all of that never came to fruition. Are you hitting, what are you hitting now? The road. I see what happened here. Nope, that's not the right one either. I guess it must just be a regular one then. There we go. Okay, well, as that careens down the valley here and takes care of whatever. I don't know. I think it does look cool in places though. Now that there's rain and you can't really see anything. Why is this one developing over here like this?
A tornado has touched down in the area. Seek shelter immediately if any is available.
Some parts of this city look good, some don't. This is completely dropping frame rate, so I can't drive along here and make it look good. But yeah, like the Old Town neighborhood, you know, basing this off of real city plans, I think had its merits at times. Like this turned out pretty cool looking. It's a little bit of a waste of space. You know, these houses are not the biggest they could be, so they all look the same because there's just little 2x2s, 2x3s. So if I was to do this again, I would expand it, so that would mean the blocks would actually be bigger than normal. But, and this too, like, just using the full blocks as opposed to the lengthwise blocks, I think it has its place. You know, small little neighborhoods like this, suburban neighborhoods, work well with sort of the small, dense looking stuff. But I think like the downtown, especially with the high-rise buildings, would have all looked better with wider roads and just having these, and especially for the purposes of land value, having parks right in the middle of everything, every block has definitely helped. I mean, if we look at the land value over here, I mean, this is fantastic. Just because of all that. And yeah, I mean, it helps. Ironically, this area down by the boardwalk with all the tourist stuff and this area that's supposed to be super high land value and high wealth and all this stuff is some of the least in that part of town. So that's disappointing there. Another thing that just didn't turn out how I had hoped it would. And God, these trains. I really wish I had discovered the platforming thing earlier, because I would just put those down first, like the big train platforms with multiple tracks and all that. It's just, I don't even know if public transport is worth it at points, to be honest with you. Like, it really... Traffic flow is not that bad. It's really bad here all of a sudden. But, you know, generally, even in the high density area, traffic is not that bad. I don't think any of my any of my... why are we suddenly down into the negatives? Holy crap, what just happened? Any of my public transport is making me money. It's not, and the airport is just losing tons of money. Holy crap. Despite all the people that come out here, we're not getting anywhere. And this should be in a little offshoot instead of having people park right here. I don't know, traffic is just a goddamn mess. What the hell is going on here? I don't understand what that's about. Nothing changed. No one died in that. Oh, probably because they're all sitting in shelters right now instead of out working. But even that, I mean, you know, the disaster thing, would it be better to do that? Or clearly, since it's hurting me economically, is it just better to cynically let everyone die and then just watch them get replaced, you know? And when nothing's going on, my god, we are slowing down. There's no tornado going on, there's no flooding going on right now. Why is it slowing down so much? I don't know. I don't know how people do it. I don't know how some of the people on YouTube make massive cities that are so dense. And there are mods to basically get rid of even the 25 square limitation and let you utilize the entire map. How the hell did those people do that? I don't know. It's just, I said it before, I think they need to just move on from this game and create City Skylines 2 and hopefully improve it. Because there'll never be another Sim City. And I think the only other city, you know, modern city builder game is like Cities XL. And I do have Cities Double XL, which is the last game in that series, and when did that come out? That was several years ago. So there really just is not a new city builder. I mean, there's a couple that are like semi-retro, trying to make it look isometric and bring back the SimCity 2000 feel and whatnot, but like for an actual 3D fly-through city builder, there just isn't anything like that anymore. So I don't know if we've witnessed sort of the death of the city builder genre or not. That would hurt me a little bit. That would hurt my feelings a little bit, seeing as how this is my favorite genre of game. But I don't know. They're all either the same or they don't do it well. I don't know. I guess there's only so many iterations of city building you can do, but you know, there's not a perfect game anymore. And there was a lot of hype around this game, especially considering what SimCity 2013 was like. This sort of filled the needs of a lot of complaints about that game, but you know, now that it's been out for a while and development has not greatly improved the game in any such way, now you can all see the holes in this game and its flaws, and I don't know, we need another one. And that's the other thing too, right? Like I'm currently playing Nebuchadnezzar, which is sort of a love letter to the old Impressions games, you know, Pharaoh and Caesar and Zeus and all that. And you know, even those games fail to just take what was so good about the old games and improve upon them. You know, looking at this game, looking at SimCity 2013, looking at you know, Cities XL, where I had mentioned earlier, I think in the series, where you know, like this would develop, or more appropriately, something like this. So like I could lay down roads, and then I would say this entire zone is going to be residential, and it would fill in and put its own roads, and you know, just even little things like that. In so many of the games that I have played on this channel, I am always just amazed how there's not enough stealing of good ideas. There's homages, there's, you know, the fan-made love letter indie games that are all across genres. I mean, everyone does that. There's a lot of Mega Man clones out there. But, you know, like, how hard is it to say, hey, this game did this idea really well. Let's put that in our game but let's take what we did really well and put that together and just make a better game. What is going on here? Why is there a traffic jam getting out of the shelter? A dead person is waiting for transport. Well, no wonder. I mean, Jesus. I think you're in the way. I think that's exactly what was going on there. We had a car accident there, and then they just kind of lumped it all together. You guys have got to get the hell out of there. Stuff like that, you know? How is that possible? How is it possible that cars can be at an intersection passing through each other like that, and yet you can't even see these cars and they can cause a traffic jam inside of there? What the hell is that all about? You know? There's so many wrong things about this game. Get out of there. Well, whatever. I'm done. I'm done with this game. And I don't just mean this as a series. I don't think I will ever return to this on this channel, despite whatever DLC that they could possibly add. I had hoped that it's been so long since I last played, and so much DLC has come out. You know, the parks thing and the industry thing and all that. I had hoped that it would have added enough to change it and override some of the complaints that I had from the first time I played the game, but really it's just made it a muddled mess at this point. Very disappointingly so, and I honestly cannot see how any more tacking on of content is going to improve it, if I'm honest. They just need to make a new game at this point. And yeah, so I think we're done with City Skylines, unfortunately. I guess I've never played it long enough to build a city this big, so I never ever encountered these kinds of problems. You know, I'd never done a city where I'd actually done any kind of public transport before. It doesn't work very well in this game, I'm going to be honest. I don't know. There's so much wrong all the time that by the end of this series, this became more of a constant going back and fixing little problems like constant traffic buildups and whatnot. That shouldn't be a problem because traffic should flow. It's got 6 lanes here and we're using 2 of them. So like, why ever use wide roads? Just use your little 2-lane roads on everything because they don't care about what they're using here. It's dumb. No intersections should exist. They should all be roundabouts. I mean, at this point, that's kind of how I feel. And I don't know. It's just there's too much going on now to fix it. And I guess maybe that's reflective of why there are so many problems in real-world cities. You know, everyone complains about infrastructure and this and that, and how the roads are laid out poorly, like my own town that I'm currently living in. And it just never gets fixed because it's just too much. And yeah, that's really disappointing. This thing, oh my god, what the shit? This should just not be a thing. God damn it. This pisses me off, actually. You go to the trouble of all this stuff, and just the way the pathfinding works, it just doesn't work. Like, what are you trying to do? Are you trying to actually cross in here? Out of this lane that is not a turn lane, so you should have been in the middle lane anyway. Like, god damn it. Anyway, yeah, so I think this is the end of the game, end of the series, but I will finish off the series with some bonus episodes talking about real-world cities, like I talked about, specifically the cities that I've lived in, what I thought was good about them and bad, and sort of how things have influenced my ideas for what I wanted to do with this city, and some of my thinking there, and maybe we'll kind of look at you know, Atlantic City and Monopoly and kind of how that you know, those areas were laid out, what Marvin Gardens actually looks like and stuff. I don't know how far I'll go with that, but I definitely want to just kind of take a look at some real-world cities like Savannah and this area that this was based upon, and just kind of just look at how some actual cities are laid out so they work. I think by the end of this started looking, you know, realistic enough that it looks interesting. It's not just a, you know, grid-based SimCity kind of laid out thing. It actually looks livable, and I like that, but it as a game does not actually work unless you really get the mods that make these, like the traffic work, you know, timed lights and turn lights and all that stuff. I mean, you can really fine-tune this, but again, the key point there is mods. And when you need mods to fix your game, you've done some problems. You've got an issue there. So, yeah, it's a little bit disappointing. Anyway, I think that's enough. So, thanks for watching. I'll have those other bonus episodes at some point. Maybe, probably, I promise a lot of things and then don't deliver much anymore, but I definitely want to try and do that and round out the series. So, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed at least some of it at some point or other, and I will see you in the next Let's Play.